This video is brought to you by my lovely patrons over on Patreon. I'd like to give a huge shout out to Anina, Clay, Mariah, Maddie, Edalis, Dre, Thomas, Tara, Zoe, Zuzia, Ainsley, Sabine, Jimma, Bailey, Azzy, Jacqueline, Monica, Jordan, Green, Lizzie, Willow, Danny, Blessing, Avery, Maddie, Alexia, B, Max, T, Taylor, M, Lovely, Antonina, Anna, Valen, Ali, Obsessed, Brianna, Nicole, Carnations, Kristen, Tequila, Autumn, Emily, Sarah, Vanessa, Nini, Nura, Matcha, Ava, Yasmin, Leah, Kayla, Ali, Ginny, Vika, Inez, June, Elizabeth, Penguin, Sammy, Roland, Rose, Lydia, Mila, Adrian, Lexi, Bana, Chi, Madison, Beck, Jemiah, Mads, Rachel, Daisy, Honeybee, Jade, Hooves, Rose, Alyss, Caden, Sponge, AJ, Kate, Jay, Praxton, Nicole, Terry, Hollow, Rebecca, Allison, Jacqueline, Jakaria, Mina, Lilith, Ange, Jasmine, Lizard, Haley, Kiki, Illyria, Lady Demista, Zebra, Lala, Ari, Amy, Busy, Molly, Xylosaurus Rex, Lunaris Galaxia, Maya, Novastar, Annie, Tori, Ariel, and Bolchi. If you'd like to support this channel and get some pretty nifty perks such as exclusive weekly audios and novel readings, the link is in the description. I'm so sorry. No, hey, don't make excuses for him. Do not make any excuses for him, okay? Because this always happens. It always happens. Of course, it didn't always used to happen, especially before we moved in together, but he's always gone now. And I said, hey, I reminded him over the past 3 days, 5 times. I said, hey, you remember we have a game night on Thursday night? Me, you, and your sister, just like the old times. And he constantly said, yep, I remember. Wouldn't miss it for the world. And now here we are with egg all over our face. I know, it is literally so frustrating. Because it's not like he's a bad person or anything like that. He's still who he is. He was. He's just incredibly absent-minded, and you don't deserve that. Because, I live here, so I do get to see him pretty consistently, but I've been telling him how much he needs to be paying more attention to his relationship with you. You can think whatever you want, and I'm not trying to force this agenda on you, but it is, I think it's heinous, the lack of attention he's been paying to his familial relationships. Remember when I came over and it was supposed to be a barbecue with the whole neighborhood and everybody showed up except for him? Do you remember how sad your mom was? It's just that you guys were basically my family growing up. And I don't know if y'all feel the same way about me, but I've always felt super connected and well, thank you for that. But I'm serious. I know that how do I say this without sounding mean? Because I'm not trying to be mean. I'm trying to properly break this down and understand why he's doing what he's doing and where he's coming from. You know that in elementary to middle to high school, we were not his only friends, but 2 of 5. And again, never bothered either of us. We were always close to him. We always saw the star that he was, and we appreciated him and adored him. But now, I don't know, you start hitting we both, I know, wanted him to have the level of confidence that he does now. We wanted that because he deserved it. But now, you hit the gym and you get a solid job, and I don't feel like he's forgetting about me because I live with him, but it does feel like he's relishing the newfound attention and not really respecting his roots as much as he should. Hey, okay. I know that face. That face is the I'm kind of emotional, but I don't know if I should be crying right now face. So what's the situation? But if you feel like not telling me, that is also totally fine. We can just go ahead with the game night as planned, because I have the games and I have the snacks and I have the music ready. I'm ready to have a great time with you. And the lucky thing is that all of these games can just be played with 2 players instead of 3. So we're not missing out on anything that I have prepared. Unfortunately, I will say that I guess there was a part of my subconscious that secretly prepared for the chance that he ditched us. No, seriously, I'm not trying to get you to not talk to me about it. I'm just letting you know that the option is there if you don't feel up for it. If you want to just start doing the game night together and then at one point you feel like you're ready to talk about it, we can just stop and talk about it if you don't feel ready at all. But if you want to talk about it now, you can. I've never not been open to talking with you about anything. I know that. I don't personally. I know this doesn't help, but I don't know. You don't have much to be insecure about from my perspective, but I totally get it, and I know you've dealt with a lot of those feelings growing up and into adulthood. And what does him not interacting with you make you feel? I was I was worried that that's where this was going to go. Come on, don't do that. You're not a burden. You're not. I literally said, please talk to me about how you're feeling. I very genuinely and earnestly asked for this. So don't even for a second think that you are taking a toll on my psyche having you talk to me about this at all. Because that is not the case. Now that I got that out of the way, it is time to address the way you're feeling. And the feeling of being insecure is valid. But I am going to try and invalidate all of those insecurities that you're feeling. Because if you ever feel like you're not good enough, you couldn't be farther from the truth. No, I am. Listen, of course, I appreciate you and think you're wonderful. And I obviously have a high level of attachment to you because you are, we basically grew up together. But that's not why I'm saying what I'm saying. Taking a purely objective look at your top characteristics, there are no negatives to be found. High work ethic. I have never seen someone with the amount of drive that you have, the way that you immediately hit the ground running, but not to the point where you endanger your mental health when you want to get something done, and the fact that you achieve it in such a swift manner is practically unheard of. And the fact that you were always like that from the moment you were 7 years old. If you wanted to save up $60 for a video game, you immediately paper out, pencil out. Let's figure out a way to do that. Let's really put our nose to the grindstone. And I've always admired that about you. You are so funny. No, because that's the thing. I am aware that I am funny. And I have often been told when I'm in a room with other people that I am the funniest person in the room. That being said, whenever I am in a room with you, it's not even really a fair fight. You are the funniest person I have ever met. You can make anything a joke, and you can make anything funny, and you can make any type of person laugh. And I think that's really a testament to your people skills, because you are able to discern what type of person you are talking to, and then make jokes that cater to their specific interests or personality. I don't even know how you do it, but it's awesome. Are you sure? Because I have a bunch lined up. I have at least 20 that I could go through like this. Okay, fine. I promise you my goal is not to embarrass you. I would never want to do that. But what I do want to get across is the fact that you are a fantastic person. And just because your brother is caught up in a new life that he has never really been able to experience, that does not mean that you aren't worth it. You are so worth it, more than you can even really probably understand yourself. Well, obviously, because you're having the feelings that you're feeling, but you get what I'm saying. Of course I mean it. I wouldn't pump your head full of long, tangential compliments if I didn't really mean it. I wouldn't tell you anything that I don't really mean. I can't say that I'm not surprised at that request, considering what we're talking about, but if you want to ask me a question, go ahead. I just said I will always be truthful about everything. Yeah. Well, I just told you what I see when I look at you. I see someone who is Oh. Ah. That is, yep, that is different than what I was saying. That is a different intention for the question. No, you're not making me uncomfortable. This was bound to be something that that would be brought up at some point, and I'm not avoiding it. I'm just, maybe gathering my wits about me before I respond. So the fact that you asked this question, I hope it is safe to assume that you want me to view you in a certain way. Is that correct? Hey, I'm literally about to bear everything to you. So I'm not trying to sound like stern, but I need you to not skid around the question. And I promise although it seems like that's what I'm doing, I'm not. I just need you to be real with me. Okay. Then the next question I have to ask you is, this is not just a feeling that has come up in your mind and your heart because of me giving you those compliments and me being here for you right now in this moment, right? This is something that you have thought about prior to this? No, I don't doubt you. I need to know that before, I continued on down this path, because I wouldn't want you doing something that you regretted later on, or rush into a rash decision. Growing up, always viewed you as a little sister. I always did. And I just had this level of protectiveness over you because I was always bigger than John, and I was always, the kind of the protector of the group, but I always viewed you as something to be cherished and coveted, and loved. And also, I think my brain just wasn't wired that way for a while. And then we grew up more. And then we're in high school. And you're a sophomore and I'm a junior. And we went to that party at the Fitzgerald house. And both of us hated that party at the Fitzgerald house. So we went out to their backyard and we laid down in the tall grass and we watched the stars together. And I started having feelings that I shouldn't be having for someone who I consider to be a younger sister, basically. And so for the rest of high school, I really pushed that down. And we got through high school, and then college happens, and, me and John need a place to live together. And so we get an apartment, and naturally the three of us are so close, you start coming over more and more. And throughout the past year, I realized, I think I unlocked a part of my brain that realized that protectiveness was not only in the like an older brother way, but also selfishly in a romantic way, I guess. Never, you've dated. I didn't ever stop you from doing anything like that, but I can't sit here and say that I don't have feelings for you, because that would be false. I do like you, and I am constantly enamored with the way that you carry yourself and the multitude of amazing characteristics that you possess. And I don't know, um, hmm. No, it's fine. It's fine. No, it is actually fine. It just kind of took me off guard a little bit, and it was really good. So I would like to pursue something with you. I also don't want John to get hurt. And I know, as much as a total D-bag he's being right now, you don't want him to get hurt either. I don't want him to get hurt. Before we move on to anything else, I think we should have a conversation with him. No, I think he'll be totally fine with the two of us. I have mentioned before to him that I think you're cute. And I think he was always able to extrapolate my actual feelings out of like these kind of side comments that I would make. But I do think that as well, we should also have a conversation about his distance from everyone. And I feel like combining those two conversations, two birds, one stone, would be pretty healthy. No, that doesn't mean you can't kiss me still. But before we define anything, I just want to... Yes, you can kiss me again. Come here. All right. So now that that's out of the way, also cuddling is totally fine. I know we've cuddled in the past, but cuddling as potential romantic partners, we can also do that as well. But it's time for game night. So I had like a whole tournament of Smash set up literally on the TV beforehand, but we can just do it as a 2-player 64-person. No, I did not give myself Game & Watch because I know that would be unfair. What? I'm just telling the truth. Neither of you can beat me with your mains when I'm playing Game & Watch. I didn't even know he was that good. I just hit you with the hammer and bam, you're gone. It's always a 9. I don't know why it's always a 9, but it always is.